Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Popcorn Watchlist podcast, where we discuss and celebrate some of our favorites in TV and film. I'm your host, Xavier, and today, instead of celebrating something we've watched, we're going to be talking about some things that we are looking forward to. So it is now, as of this recording, February of 2025. Yeah, wild, 2025. But with some extra news and release dates being more solidified right now, July specifically of 2025 is looking really stacked. And because of that, stackedness is all involving around three big tentpole films for, three big studios. You have the Jurassic World Rebirth, which comes out at the beginning of the month, the second. A couple weeks after, we get Superman by James Gunn for Warner Brothers and DC. And then by the end of the month, it caps off with the highly anticipated Fantastic Four First Steps. So to discuss some of the hype and you talk about what we're most excited for and what we may remain cautious about, I am joined once again by my fellow Popcorn Watchlist panelists, Danny, Anthony, and Zach. So take it away, gentlemen. Say hello.
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 Howdy.
All right.
I'm a little confused though because I figured during the Super Bowl that we were gonna get these trailers. So are we still getting these trailers?
I think
during
we're
the
gonna
Super
get
Bowl?
like a fuller trailer.
But
A full
they only
house.
have 30 seconds. How are you gonna get a fuller trailer when it's a TV spot?
Or they'll
These were the
release
full
a
trailers.
TV spot and then maybe release, because this
Maybe
was
the
a
TV
teaser.
spot will have new TV spots will have footage that isn't shown in the trailers.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but how much? Like two little clips that are different? I don't know. To me the strategy is a little weird that they're releasing these trailers like a
I
week
guess
or so
maybe
before
though
the actual game.
I guess they figured at least Fantastic Four they wanted its own thing, and then everyone else will see it in the Super Bowl.
I don't know. It's,
Yeah, they're like
it's kind of weird because like
all you nerds who like to watch it online.
they're still paying the money for the Super Bowl ads. So it's like, so why? I don't know. Like you would get a bigger. I don't know. I feel like you'd get a bigger pop by having a 30-second, like what they've been doing for the past couple of years. You get the
Well,
30-second spot, and then like right when that airs, the the fuller trailer is online. So then people go online right afterwards to want to watch the longer trailer, and then you get like the double views from that.
Huge
I mean
pop.
that's what they did last year for
Yeah,
Deadpool and
for Deadpool,
Wolverine.
exactly. We got the smaller trailer, and it was great. And then, yeah, I don't understand. Like, how would it have been different if they gave us the long trailer a week in advance?
Who knows?
So I don't know. I mean,
Who knows?
who knows?
But
We'll see. We'll see. If neither of these
If there
movies
is a
make $1 billion,
surprise, yeah.
then their strategy was bad.
But you're talking like specifically about Fantastic Four,
And
right?
Superman, even
and
Superman, because he didn't
that
have
came
to
out in
release
December.
Superman. I know, but he didn't have to
Yeah.
release in December. He could have just waited another 2 months.
I mean, I
Well-
think maybe Superman will have another trailer, but the one that's confusing is the Fantastic Four one, because
And
this
Jurassic
just
Park.
came out.
Jurassic
Well-
Park came out like 2 days ago or yesterday.
Well,
Yeah.
for the Fantastic Four trailer, it came out on February 4th, F4.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't even realize that. So
I think
I
that
guess
was
that's what they
the
wanted to do.
big thing. Even though Marvel didn't explicitly say that, I think a lot of people have inferred.
What they
I
should,
mean, that makes
what they
sense.
should, what they, yeah, I mean, but what they should have done, if anything, is maybe have have a TV spot come out that day, and then have another TV spot for the Super Bowl, and then after the Super Bowl, then you have the full trailer. So that way you have like snippets before the like full trailer. Because now
I'm
it's
pretty
like
sure.
you've seen the teaser now, and so whatever we see at the Super Bowl, we're gonna be like, oh yeah, it's cool, but I saw that 3 days ago or a week ago. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. I'm not a marketing genius that works for these companies. It just seems odd that they're doing things a little bit differently than they normally do, when it seems like it worked before.
I'm sure it'll be the same teaser. But the teaser is like 2 minutes, right?
Yeah, it is
Like,
longer
Well, for
than
Fantastic Four,
a teaser. Yeah.
But
it's
right,
like
that's
a
what I'm
minute.
saying.
It's like
If it's
less than
this,
2 minutes long.
if it's the same, then why spend $8 million? You put it out for free a couple days ago.
Maybe they don't. Maybe we end up it ends up not being there.
I heard
The teaser's a minute and 40 seconds long.
can one of you look this up? I heard that there's not gonna be like a formal Superman trailer at the Super Bowl. That during the Puppy Bowl, there's gonna be like a smaller spot
For
that has to
crypto,
do
I'm
with
for
For
it.
crypto.
crypto.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm
So it's
okay with
not even
this.
gonna be like another like actual trailer. It'll probably be just something separate, which is very weird during the Puppy Bowl. But I get it.
Yeah, that's cute. That's clever.
All
That
right.
is
So
funny. So yeah, I guess if we're going off of
we'll
the
s-
like kind of like chronological order of when they're coming out, let's talk first about Jurassic World
I'm just
Rebirth.
surprised we're getting another one.
Yeah, like I remember it be like when initially like talking like, oh, we're gonna make a new one and it's gonna have Scarlett Johansson. I'm like,
cast,
oh,
yeah.
okay, cool, I guess.
Yeah,
But
that way in like 10 years or so, then they're gonna reunite with Chris Pratt, and then they're gonna do like the Avengers again of Jurassic Park movies.
but what's wild to me was like I going through the trailer and like seeing the cast. Um, Jonathan Bailey is unrecognizable. Is I cannot recognize him. Like they really like nerded him up for this movie.
Who's Jonathan Bailey?
He's the paleontologist that goes with Zorro, who's Scarlett Johansson's character, like back to the island.
Right, but I'm saying who is he? Like the
He
actor.
was in Wicked.
He was Fiero in Wicked. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
exactly. I'm like, what? Like, yeah. And then he's also in Bridgerton, where he kind of blew up. But yeah, I'm just like, what is? I remember immediately just being like, huh? Like, and then randomly Ed Screen. Like, good for him, I guess. But he needs to bounce back from that Rebel Moon business.
Why? Everybody watched it.
Everybody watched it, obviously.
They watched both versions of both movies.
Exactly, because there needs to be both two versions. Anyway, but I also was pleasantly surprised that Rupert Friend is in it. I like Rupert Friend; he's a cool actor. And then of course you have Mahershala Ali.
Wasn't he a hitman? One of the hitmen?
Rupert Friend?
Yeah, I think they've had like 3 or 4 different hitmen in
Yes,
different hitman movies.
he was Hitman in 2015.
Okay.
That's
'Cause
wild.
I know him mainly from that show Homeland.
Ah, yes.
But I know he's been in a lot of other stuff though.
Yeah, he was in Obi-Wan, but yeah, also uh oh man, I never watched Death of Stalin, but he's in that too. That was supposed to be good. That had like a whole bunch of good people. Damn, yeah, that movie had a stacked cast. But anyway, yeah, going into like seeing the movie is kind of cool. Like it's sort of this like um I don't know, it's like hey, we're gonna go like again, it's the same kind of like, hey, we're gonna use dinosaurs for biomedical engineering. And then, but it's we just more dinosaurs on screen, looks cool.
Yeah.
And obviously in a different like location, which is cool. And the dinosaurs look definitely different because it's supposed to be like this island of, reject dinosaurs. That's at least a bit fascinating. But like a lot of these people are rolling up with guns now. Like that's the first time I've ever seen like, oh, like we're rolling up with straight up like, you know, actual munitions. Most of the times, like I think like Jurassic World, it was always like tranquilizers and the electric tasers, all that stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, are the guns gonna do much? At least
That's a great question.
against the big ones?
Yeah, that's a great question. Probably not. But I don't know. Like the derelict lab looks really cool. Like I just thought it was like I don't know, like some of like the the ruins of the lab and everything else. It's pretty dope. I thought that was it's more into like the Jurassic Park lore. Maybe we get old like footage of like John Hammond or something. The giant like pterodactyls, like pterosaurs, like that's pretty cool. Like they're showing them as like a crazy legitimate threat.
What's the timeline compared to the Jurassic World trilogy?
I don't know.
That's a great question. Maybe they'll tell us
In the movie?
yeah.
It's
'Cause
been
it
20
does-
years, and it's probably
Oh,
only
5 years after Dominion.
okay.
5. Okay.
So Chris
it
Pratt's
was
still alive.
looking like it would have taken place like before the first Jurassic World. Like that's the feeling it was giving. But I mean, 5 years after Dominion,
After the most recent one. Yeah.
that's fine too.
I hope it's better than Dominion. I was disappointed with that movie.
Yeah, like the B plot was kind of out there, and then the A plot was just like the whole, hey, we gotta rescue this girl, and then B plot is, the whole idea of like, oh, there's some biomedical scheming going on. Like that was cool, but it's like I felt it's just the two wildly unrelated like plots going on, and they didn't find a way to kind of blend them in together.
Yeah, it had some cool moments, but it was just like it was all over the place.
Yeah. But this looks cool. Like it looks like it's sort of like I'm gonna make a video game analogy where it's kind of like Shadow of the Colossus in the sense like you got to find like specific dinosaurs to get their DNA samples.
But
It's
are
like,
they
oh,
gonna
we
have
need
to
it.
like jump on them to get the DNA?
Well, one of them is an egg, so
They're gonna
they have to get
jump
one
on
of
the
them,
head of a dinosaur and stab it?
and yeah, they have to stab it with the syringe and get the
That
DNA
would be amazing.
with its blood. But it's cool.
But
You
yeah,
get Mahershala Ali, like being cool, rugged dude. We get more raptor play, and then whatever the heck this new dinosaur is. Gentlemen, I'll put that up to you guys.
the one in that red area.
Yeah, and the one they first see with the flares.
Yeah. Like the red background, whatever.
Yeah, I think that's a flashback. Like it looks, there's people in suits and stuff. Like I'm pretty sure that's a flashback.
Danny, what was
I
it a
mean-
combination of?
We had looked it up beforehand. It's a combination of Star Wars Rancor, a T-Rex, and a Xenomorph.
That makes sense. That's probably what Alien Romulus 2 will be about.
Dude, Dr. Wu was like, let's mix it all up and see what happens. And I'm like, oh wait, that was really bad. But again, it'd be cool to see more of that, like more of the, okay, this is where we sort of learned that we shouldn't do this, and then they decided, psych, we're gonna do it again. But maybe this was like an island, a research island for the new park and not the old park.
Or both.
Or maybe both, yeah.
And then did we mention it's directed by Gareth Edwards?
We did not mention it's directed by Gareth Edwards.
I did
Nice.
not know
So
that.
that's exciting because I mean,
He's done some good movies.
yeah, he's done The Creator, Godzilla, so
Rogue One.
Rogue One, yeah. So that'll be interesting to see.
He's got a
Yeah,
pretty
it
good
should
track
be fun.
record.
What's up, Zach?
No, that he's got a pretty good track record. So I would
Yeah,
hope
he
that-
can do a lot with a little, obviously, as we saw with the creator's budget.
Yeah.
One
Yeah,
of his
so-
first movies that got him noticed was called Monsters, and that's what got him to do Godzilla. So
These are monsters, technically,
that
giant
so he should
dinosaurs.
be good doing a movie with dinosaurs.
Yeah. It all lines up, makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah, like I'm very cautiously optimistic because, like, the story nerd in me is like, I want to know more and all this stuff I hear, But yeah, it should be cool. Like the whole like the water chase sequence that's going on with the mosasaur, like that's legitimately terrifying. Because it's like they're out in the water. It's like,
And you
okay,
can't go
well,
anywhere.
sucks for you. Like, guess what? Or water dinosaurs.
For me, I feel like I'm probably more in the middle because while I do think that visually the movie's gonna be good, I don't have hopes for the story aspect of it, for the writing, because I mean Gareth Edwards, he's just directing it, he's not writing it, so he's just putting on screen what the writers wrote. So it could be not that great of a movie story wise, but we will awe at the spectacle of what we see.
Do you want to know who basically did the story, wrote it and did the story um for this movie?
Who?
There's a gentleman named David Kep. He wrote Mission Impossible. Um,
The first one?
wrote Spider-Man, the first one. He wrote Panic Room, that was directed by David Fincher. And then he did Jurassic Park and Lost World.
Okay.
That makes sense. Like just from this trailer, it kind of looks like a blend of the first two movies.
He also
Okay.
did Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny.
And he did Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Oof.
But hey, the only thing they didn't do or that didn't make sense was how this guy is still alive in Dial of Destiny. Everything else I liked.
Also, The
Angels and
Mummy.
Demons. The new Mummy, the one where Tom
The
Cruise
new one.
screams.
Oof. You guys just need to stop talking.
Hey, he did the little engine that could in 2011. War of the Worlds, Zathura, that was cool.
All right, that's quite a roller coaster of
Angels and
writing
Demons.
credits.
Carlito's Way, that's
No.
pretty good.
Okay, I got confused. I thought you said
No.
Gods of Egypt for a second.
No,
I
I
was
said
like, that's not him. That's
Carlitos.
not him.
I said Carlito's Way.
No. When
Yeah.
you said angels and demons, I got confused with Gods of Egypt.
Exactly, yeah.
Definitely
damn,
a wide range of movies.
He directed.
for sure.
Yeah, sorry, he wrote he wrote The Shadow, which I
Ooh,
like, even though it's
Secret
very.
Window? Secret Window? Okay, I'm sold.
Wait, he did Secret Window?
Yeah.
And he
Oh,
directed
word?
it.
Hell yeah. Anyway, cool.
Well, he did the
Yeah,
first Jurassic Park, so
exactly.
oh,
Cautious,
should be good.
cautious excitement. I mean, or cautious optimism is what I would give this one. I don't know what you guys all think, but
Yeah,
I
it has a lot of good
cautious
actors in
optimism.
it. Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala, like Blade. He's in this before they made a Blade movie. Yeah.
There's only
Hopefully
ever
it's
going to
good.
be one Blade.
It's probably gonna make $1 billion.
They'll somehow make money because people like
Hey, man,
dinosaurs. Maybe China likes dinosaurs.
all the other ones made $1 billion. The last one, which I didn't think was that good, still made over $1 billion. So people just like seeing dinosaurs,
That's crazy.
do stuff and eat people.
Yep, that is wild. So we
They
get
just
about
they kind of have a
nine
monopoly on these movies. Like, are there any other successful
dinosaur movies.
dinosaur movies?
No, not that I am aware of.
A
The
Land
only
Before
other
Time.
franchise. Yeah,
That's not
exactly.
successful though. I mean, yeah, it's a little kids movie, but I don't think it's a $1 billion movie.
Any King Kong movie with Skull Island.
Oh,
Probably.
damn.
No, I
But
don't think
that's
any of
like,
those made $1 billion.
yeah, but once they went past Skull Island and went in like to, Hollow Earth and everything, that became like more monsters and like actual like kaiju monsters instead of just dinosaurs.
True.
Obviously, we have
They
the
think-
memorable the Velocipaster, and maybe I guess 65 with Adam Driver.
Oh,
Well, there you
yeah.
go. There's a movie that tried.
That tried to do dinosaurs.
Not many
Yeah.
people watched it.
But I mean, pretty much it's just Jurassic Park and Jurassic World.
I mean, that's why they keep making more. I mean, people complain that it's like, oh, it's just the same thing. It's like, yeah, but people like just seeing cool dinosaurs
Yeah.
eat people.
'Cause
I
why
want
not?
more of like the kind of like the morality of what it makes for what it takes for like humans to still be trying to like play around with genetics and playing God, and like what's the repercussions of all this stuff. Like I want more of that in this movie. Like obviously we see it because now there's like some island off of Barbados that is housing some of these extra like misfit dinosaurs, but like how is the rest of the world still handling the fact that dinosaurs are like roaming around and still in some places? Like did they just like
They
kill
don't know.
exterminate?
Well,
We don't know yet. I guess we don't know
yeah,
till we
that's-
know.
I was a little confused when they in the trailer they're like, oh, it's this secluded island where all these dinosaurs are. So it's like they're not gonna. I wonder if they're gonna show. So are there dinosaurs elsewhere in the world for it to be called Jurassic World.
Yeah, like technically Dominion like showed some of that, so I don't know if we need
Some of
more.
it, but they never
Yeah,
made the promise of
yeah, and like
they all broke out
the
and now they're everywhere.
opening trailers that we're watching, like it's like there's a museum. I was like, all right, I guess there's still museums because nobody wants to get mauled by something or
And
stepped on.
what was cool in that first shot there is that they had that banner coming down like it did at the end of the first movie.
When dinosaurs
Yep.
ruled the earth.
Yep. Very, very uh playing homage to that.
Yeah, you kind of have to, gotta do its thing. But yeah, we'll see. Have some excitement in there. We will have 9 days to digest that before our second movie of July 2025 comes out, and it comes soaring into movie theaters after such a long absence. We have Superman.
Hell yeah.
The start of
no longer
the
legacy,
DCU.
Not the legacy.
No, it is no longer Superman Legacy. It's just Superman. It's been long enough to have to just, I guess that the logic is it's been long enough. We just call it just Superman. You don't need Man of Steel or Man of Tomorrow, which that's where they fumbled. They could have, when they had the Henry Cavill Superman, they making a Superman sequel. Hey, call it Man of Tomorrow, and then they could have done just then they could have gone to the other stuff. But whatever. I don't make these decisions. Yeah, dude. I think I've said all I want. I don't know if we've been on record to say what I said about it, but I'll let you guys take the floor before I just I don't want to take over. I'll let you guys, talk about what you're excited about, some things that you want to hopefully, see and what you're looking forward to. Kind of talked about it in our DC rundown, but just, anything else now that we have a full on trailer?
I'm kind of excited to see Crypto because what's funny is that growing up I watched the Crypto the Superdog TV show and I liked it.
Right
I don't know
on.
if you guys
That's
remember
cool.
that one.
Yeah,
The
I do
cartoon.
remember that. That's pretty cool. I did not know you watched that. Very cool.
Like a few episodes. I don't think I ever watched the whole show, like the whole series, but I remember I watched quite a few episodes and I liked it. So I wonder how how this take of Crypto is gonna go. And then as for anything else, it seems like there's gonna be a lot going on between having a few other well-known DC characters or DC superheroes like Guy Gardner, and Hot Girl and
Mr. Terrific.
yeah, Mr. Terrific. Like seeing all these people, I wonder what they're gonna do with them, and then how because do any of them have their own projects? Like I know there's a Green Lantern show. So
That's
I
gonna be like
know.
a detective, true detective in space.
But is it gonna have Guy Gardner, or is that gonna be focused more on like John Stewart and Hal Jordan?
I believe it's Hal Jordan and Hal Jordan and John Stewart.
Okay, so maybe not related, but I mean, see, what then they do with Guy Gardner going forward, and then Hot Girl. I'm sure it's in some way going to be a build up to potentially like some kind of Justice League, uh, like team up at some point in the next 7-8 years, maybe, probably sooner. But
I mean, it's cool that like obviously this is the start of this new DC movie era, so like I guess start with the world building already, but I just hope they don't overdo it at the start.
Yeah, that's what the the previous DCEU kind of did, where they introduced. Well, I mean, they try to rush things. Of course, they try to bring in a Justice League movie before even introducing a lot of the characters beforehand. So it became like very the film was very stuffed with characters without like any like backstory. Like we didn't have
Yeah,
any
yeah.
attachment.
Like I could say, like for example, like they wasted a couple side characters in the Superman mythos, uh, Professor Hamilton in Man of Steel, Jimmy Olsen in BVS. Uh, there may be a couple others, but like, it looks like they're bringing in a lot of like the Daily Planet characters into this movie. So you have like Steve Wolf, obviously Jimmy Olsen, Cat Grant, and then more Perry White. Like, because I liked Lawrence Fishburne as Perry White in um, Man of Steel. It's like, give me more of that, and like hopefully we see more of like Clark being a detective, or sorry, being a journalist and go doing journalism things, and then getting the other half of Superman for a little bit. But it looks like Zach's point, and maybe it'll be juggling a lot. But James Gunn recently has had a really good track record of being able to do all that and do these to give characters their times to shine.
Of course, yeah. I mean, with him having done three Guardians movies and then a Christmas special,
And the
he
Suicide
does it
Squad.
very
And the
well.
Suicide Squad, which I
And
liked
that
a
too,
lot.
yeah.
Yeah, I like, he had a whole team that got wiped out, like, or almost got wiped out. Like, you had a whole team that was, that was like introduced to not be introduced, and then like, then we got who we got. And if you guys haven't seen, Peacemaker's great. So if you can do that,
And Creature Commandos.
also Creature Commandos is great. So again, like it's gonna be interesting to see like how he can tone it from being kind of like like the uh, what I call witty and gritty into more of the like keep it how someone could keep true to who they are despite a world that's telling him to be otherwise. Like I think that's looks really cool. Like I think I'm honestly really excited. The trailer's great. Anthony talked about a crypto centric puppy bowl spot, which should be fun. Look out for that when it drops, and that's going to be July 11th. That's that's going to be holding it down for a good like exactly 2 weeks, I think.
Oh, they got lucky.
Yeah, before the other movie came out. Like they never no. Was it originally that Fantastic Four and Superman were coming out the same day,
Maybe.
and then someone moved?
Yeah,
Forgot.
I don't remember
I don't know
who.
if
It
they
might have
had
been
the
Fantastic
same
Four.
day.
Yeah, it might have been Fantastic Four that moved, but I don't remember.
Yeah. But yeah, to like to Zach's point, like it looks like they're introducing a lot because I haven't even talked about like Sluther, who looks really good. There's a Maxwell Lord. Obviously, Sean Gunn's doing Max Lord. There's also what looks like to be Ultraman. Like I don't know how they're gonna make Ultraman work, but looks like Lex Luthor has Ultraman like in his back pocket. That's the guy who it looks like an Ultraman logo, but I won't get into that. Then there is um, Metamorpho. You have Rex Mason. There, on top of that, like you have like all these big monster battles and sort of like an established thing going on. I don't know. I'm really excited for this one. Oh yeah, and Alan Tudyk, somebody who I don't know who he is yet. If you watched Creature Commandos, Frank Grillo's in this. So that should be really cool.
Well,
Uh,
Alan Tudyk might be his character too. From
Damn,
Creature Commandos.
if he's Doctor Phosphorus, if that shows up, I'm gonna pop. That's gonna be wild because that dude gets into some wild stuff in Creature Commandos.
And so you'll have Alan Tudyk and Nathan Fillion together on screen, hopefully.
Yeah, maybe not, but yeah,
It looks fun, but yeah, I'm a little concerned about that too. That it kind of seems a little overstuffed, but I'm kind of like Jurassic Park. I'm optimistic that he knows that there's a lot of things going on and that he still keeps it focused on Superman because it's called Superman.
yeah, like the
So
whole thing is there is all these other heroes around. Like this is basically like comic book stuff, but then hey, like here's this guy Superman coming up. That's like kind of hopefully it's like he's changing the game because he's acting different. It's not just like again like he based off of Superman's values of optimism, being hopeful, and um you know really standing for truth, justice, and a better tomorrow. Like I think at least the trailer really conveys that like uplifting, hopeful, and optimistic feel. So that's why I'm hopeful and optimistic for it. Also, he's like one of my favorite characters. So I may have the blinders on, but we'll see. That's why we have Movie Pass. Sorry, not Movie Pass. We have A List, so I can watch this thing 4 times in a week.
Nice.
Especially with that update.
Yeah, boy. I
Do
have
we
to
know
watch it in
who's,
IMAX, Dolby,
we did
regular type.
we did mention it before. I just don't remember the name. Who's doing the music for Superman?
The same guy who did Guardians 3. His name is. It's funny because I actually have music saved on my device.
Just
And
3, or he did all the Guardians movies?
he did Guardians 3.
Oh.
John Murphy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he did Suicide Squad.
Why does that name sound familiar?
And
Did he do
28 days.
There it is. There it is.
Mhm.
That's why I was
What, 28 days later?
28 days later. Yeah,
And weeks later, he did both.
Oh, damn. Okay.
because that
Oh,
the main theme of that movie's pretty damn
he
awesome.
also, he also did Snatch and
Oh.
Kick Ass.
Nice.
Yes, he even
He did do
reused the
Kick-Ass.
theme from what do you call it? From 28 Days Later in Kick-Ass.
Oh, that's
Oh.
hilarious.
Nice.
But yeah, and he did the holiday special for Guardians. Yeah, dude. So again, like the should be good, and they're using the John Williams theme to a certain point. So I kind of want to see, like, I think that may be part of the cautiousness of the optimism that may be coming from Anthony, because like, all right, like, are we going to do anything different with the music? We're just going to reuse. Like, how are you going to make it stand out, be its own thing, while celebrating the character, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the trailer was cool, but I think a lot of a good portion of why I liked it was because you got hit with the song, and it just brings you back. And so I think they did a good job in utilizing that in the trailer. I wonder if that's gonna be like part of the whole score, just like kind of doing different versions of the original John Williams score. But we'll see.
Yeah, we shall see. It'll be really fun. Hopefully. And speaking of other, it's going to be fun, exciting, but will it be fantastic?
Oof.
Yeah, one movie certainly shall be fantastic.
Gee, I wonder what movie you must be talking about there, X.
I don't know, Zach. Talk to me. What are we talking about?
Could you be talking about Fantastic Four?
Yes, we could be indeed talking about
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I thought you were
The
talking about
Fantastic Four?
Thunderbolts, which also
We're
looks
talking
good.
lies. We're talking about Freakier Friday. No,
Nice.
Fantastic Four. First steps. Yeah, this just dropped, as we mentioned, on February 4th. Now that the Fox Disney merger became complete, we now get the fun stuff, which is Marvel's first family. Again, we're gonna keep alliterating with F. It's gonna be. It looks. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna let you guys say your thoughts. What do you guys think of the teaser?
It looks good. It looks really good.
I'm excited because. No, go.
I was gonna say that I am feeling like it's that it could be good, that it might bring Marvel kind of back into out of the slump they've kind of been in.
You think Deadpool Wolverine didn't do that?
I do think it did. I'm just saying it's
Or it started.
okay.
At least
gonna
try to make
continue it.
momentum.
Yes, yeah, it'll keep that momentum going.
Okay.
But we still got
Because-
2 more before it, so.
That is also true. True. Which, I mean, I'm hopeful for Captain America, and I'm kind of hopeful for Thunderbolts. But with Fantastic Four, I think it might peak. I hope it peaks.
They hit a new high. Okay.
I mean, I like the 60s vibes that they're doing, like that retro future type
Yeah, it looks really cool.
feeling.
Yeah, it looks really good without being really like it looks authentic. It doesn't look like someone's trying to like just imitate the style. Like it just looks like a lived in world with that type of technology. Like it's all those sleek, sexy lines like you saw in the Baxter building, the rocket that they go in, the fantastic car itself. Even the costumes. The costumes in person look really cool.
Do we know if, because the director is the guy who directed either all the episodes or
WandaVision.
a lot of the episodes of
WandaVision.
WandaVision. Yeah, and they were pretty detailed in the different eras that they did from the different eras of TV shows with the set design. So I wonder if they have if they use the same set designer for this movie.
Well, I
Hmm.
know for a fact, because I was actually just listening or you're trying to catch up on the official Marvel podcast, and they were talking about it. More, I mean, they were talking about like Agatha all along, but also talking about how like the director of the first few episodes, I think he's also, I think he's the one that's working uh on
Shackman, right?
Fantastic Four,
Matt
right?
Shackman.
I think so.
Well,
So
fun fact.
if he did
He
do it.
also did. I also like more excitement because yeah, WandaVision. Obviously, he did direct. But he also did the first two episodes of Monarch.
Nice.
That's actually pretty damn cool.
Let me see here. So yeah, so Matt Shackman did do the first couple of episodes, the first 3, 4, 5. Actually, I think he did all of it. No, yeah, never mind. Yeah, okay. So he directed everything.
Of WandaVision.
Yeah. And those first couple of episodes are like very 50s, 60s, and 70s inspired,
Hmm.
and they look really good.
Right.
So carrying
So
that over now to Fantastic Four, I think it's going to look uh really
toys.
cool when we actually get to see the movie in the next few months.
So, also, one of the writers is Eric Pearson, and one of the other movies that he also wrote is Thunderbolts. So cool that
Hmm.
that kind of leads to Fantastic Four. So that's
Okay.
interesting. But
Do you think
also,
do you think they'll have anything connected to each other?
I don't know, but at least they might just at least they know where they're going because he wrote these two back to back at least. But who
Interesting.
knows?
So I wonder if either of the post credit scenes will have something that will connect to either of them.
All
Yeah,
right.
maybe.
We're talking about production stuff. We're gonna get real nerdy here,
Yeah.
everybody. But I'm looking at things like production design and set decoration. A lot of the production designer, the people who did the production design and set decoration, they worked on um stuff like Loki.
Makes
Nice.
sense.
Yeah,
Makes
they worked on Loki. The production designer specifically worked on also like in the art department in Loki as well. And taking it back like to 2010 and earlier, you have 310 to Yuma as part of the art department and Alice in Wonderland.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then
So, oh, and
um
for the TV series of A Series of Unfortunate Events, which by the way, watch. It's actually really good on Netflix.
yeah.
I like that one.
Did we just mention that 2 weeks in a row?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, we mentioned
Out
the
of nowhere.
movie which had Jim Carrey, and now this is the TV show
Well,
with your
I
boy
guess
But it's the
MPH.
same
we mentioned
franchise.
the book. Yeah, we mentioned
Yeah.
the book, I guess.
Yeah, the book series.
So going back to the writer Eric Pearson, so yes, he's also doing Thunderbolts. In the future, he's also doing Blade.
In 10 years.
Yeah, but also going back into his Marvel career, he wrote Thor Ragnarok,
Oh.
Black Widow.
Oh boy,
Huh?
I know you're gonna say. Keep going.
We got this is outside of the MCU. We have Godzilla versus Kong,
Okay,
All right, hit him with the final one,
and
Anthony.
then the
Get ready.
final one, which get ready,
I'm ready.
Transformers 1.
Nice.
So
When
I
you
was
get
scared for a second that you were gonna say The Last Night.
so
Stark
not bad.
and,
Difference.
and he
Not
means
bad.
Transformers 1, the animated movie that came out,
Yeah.
not Transformers the first one.
A few months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. A few months ago in August. Wow.
Oh gosh.
Or September 2024, I forget. But
Wow.
and then of course, guys, we have like there's other people in this movie that we don't know who they are yet. So, like you have like Natasha Lyonne, Paul Walter Hauser, Stingray, John Malkovich.
I mean, Paul Walter Hauser's and everything, so I'm not surprised.
Good for him, dude. Yeah. Obviously, the big four of the Fantastic Four themselves, like that's a stacked cast in and of itself. It goes without saying. But then you have Julia Gardner as the Silver Surfer and Ralph Ineson, that really deep voicing Galactus.
Which we saw briefly.
Yeah. We didn't see Silver Surfer yet, which is cool. I like that they did not.
I mean, just the fact that they showed the one shot from behind and you see his head and he's not
Mechanical
a cloud.
helmet.
It's already it's already a win. So.
All right, and Anthony, actually, I'll let Zach take this one. What's the icing on this, like, hopefully amazing tart cake of wonderful fantasticness? Who's doing the music, Zach?
Oh yeah, dude. Mr. Michael Giacchino.
It's the goat? It's one of the goats?
The goat.
Oh boy.
One of the goats?
He's back.
Yeah, he's back, everybody.
He didn't give it to his son?
No.
Or his
he
brother?
needs this one.
Wait, is his brother a composer too?
Yeah, his brother
my
did Skeleton Crew.
It's a whole family of supers.
Which is funny. I get it.
Too good.
Yeah, our boy, guys. It's our freaking boy.
So, is that family the Fantastic Four?
I don't know what was the fourth one.
I don't know. Yeah, we have to find if there's a fourth one or not.
Yeah, they'll get there eventually.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, Mick is his son.
Yeah.
His
Mick has
brother
done,
is Anthony.
What?
Yeah.
I'm his brother? Yes.
Yeah, you're his brother. Anthony Giacchino, but Mick Giacchino's his son. Sorry, I don't know why that was his brother, but Mick is his brother who did Skeleton Crew and The Penguin.
Yeah. Wait, Mick is his son, right?
Yeah, Mick is his son.
Yeah.
Dude, that's freaking wild.
And he's doing something else that I think Michael Giacchino previously worked on, like a sequel to something. Or
Oh
maybe
no, he did Zootopia Plus.
okay.
And like the shorts. But now that he has like a lot of the other really good
The music was good in Skeleton Crew.
yeah, it was. I liked it.
Better than most of the other Star Wars
Cool,
shows.
whimsical stuff. Yeah, Michael Giacchino.
Not all of them.
Yeah,
Most.
wild. Anywho, yeah, man, we got the goat playing the music. Like you could tell from the trailer. It's like, man, that's gonna be good. Like it's the perfect like you hear it and it's perfect for like the time frame or like the era that it's supposed to embody. Even though this is like maybe a futuristic version of it, like it is perfect. Like I was watching with family and like
Family.
my mother, yeah, exactly, family. I was watching
the first
it with
family.
yeah, and my mother actually like heard the kind of like the theme at the end, and she's like, "Wow, like I like this. I want to see it." Like that was like the ultimate like, oh, I got that feeling of I was a kid in the '60s.
And they say Fantastic Four.
Yeah, the choir goes nuts, dude. It's thank you again, Giacchino.
I remember that they released the score at some event.
I think it
like
was
some
during that.
con.
I think it was during the Marvel Universe concert at the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah, and I remember hearing it, and I was like, "Oh, this sounds really good." But now seeing it with like footage, like it fits. Like it, I think it's really good for the time period.
Yeah, like it's wild how like yeah, it's wild how it's man, like I don't want to use the word yet, but like it's almost it's perfect. Like just that you hear that and you're like, oh man, there it is. Like it's so
like
cool.
You're in.
I can't wait. Yeah, like I'm in. Like I'm bought in, guys. Here we go.
Like I liked the 4 actors that they picked, and I liked how Thing looked. Yeah, I mean you could tell it's CG, but it still looked really good, and they still have time to fix anything if they feel like they need to. Um, the robot looked cute.
Herbie, that's your boy Herbie.
Yeah, man.
You know, Herbie was never originally in the comics. I think he showed up in like some other like animated project, and then they were like, "Hey, he's so cool. We're gonna like later on in iterations, like make a Herbie robot."
I like Pedro Pascal. When they announced that he was gonna play Reed Richards, I was like, we'll see. I know he's a good actor, but
Yeah, we don't see any stretching.
I'm still not 100% convinced. Exactly. They didn't show any stretching. They didn't show him doing any of his powers. Um, he still has his mustache, which is kind of weird. Is there or have there been any iterations of Reed that has a mustache?
Reed has a beard
Yeah, I
now,
know.
like,
Uh,
but like I don't know if it's
not
just the mustache.
just the Pedro mustache,
Yeah, just the
but
Pedro
I
stash.
mean, I'm sure he'll do a good job. Um, they didn't show too much of Johnny either. Maybe like one or two scenes where he says one thing.
He says, but he does more than what he says.
Right.
Yeah. He has a like. It's more like a like Reed looks like he has more like a goatee. It's like a very faint like kind of goatee. But the shots of Johnny like where he's like exiting the atmosphere
Oh yeah,
from
yeah. That
that's cool. Him flying through New York. I remember this is like a retro futuristic New York. So
and
I wonder if like the connector will be Doctor Strange, but
them
whatever.
driving the car. The car looked cool. The thing running, probably about to go jump somewhere. Um,
Yeah.
they
I wonder if he
showed
said. I hope he said. He's got to say it's clobbering time. Like
they showed like a second of Sue's
They have
powers.
to.
Looked pretty cool.
yeah, like Sue phasing in and out, and then her powers. Yeah, that's really cool.
I just felt like I was playing Rivals. I was like, oh, she's gonna push something away. But yeah, I mean, I thought it looked cool. I'm excited, and hopefully, let's see, when does Thunderbolts come out in May?
May. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like they're gonna time it for when that movie comes out. That might be when like the third trailer comes out. I don't know because like we were saying. I mean, this trailer is probably coming out now because of the date and because of the Super Bowl, and also in a week there's a new Marvel movie coming out. So it's kind of like all around the same time. They kind of try to time it with their other releases, but there's not going to be a release between now and until May. So you have like 2 months of no Marvel movie coming out. So I wonder if they're just gonna wait another 2 months to be like, here's the official long trailer in May, and then between May and July they might have a third one. So we'll see. I wonder if that will be their strategy.
All right, nice. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah. Like I'm not thinking too much about it. I'm just yeah at this point. Like I'll take kind of what they're showing me. Like all right, cool. Yeah, I'll just take it for that there, and and stay excited and stay thirsty, my friends.
So how much do you guys think RDJ is gonna be in the movie?
Probably a
None.
cameo.
Zero.
You don't think he's gonna be in it at all?
I don't think at all.
I
Not
think
even not even at
I
like
think
a
it'll be a
post credit
cameo.
Yeah, my guess would also be a cameo.
cameo or post credit
Uh,
scene?
post
Yes.
credit.
At
Well,
most
no,
a post
cameo
credit scene.
post credit.
At most a post credit. Because if we're talking about like Superman being kind of crowded, if they start doing that, then it'll be kind of crowded. Especially
Because
since you want to do. They said they want to do Doctor Doom right, so they can't just
I
like
mean, but he's part of the Fantastic Four. Wouldn't that be doing it right?
yeah, but that you don't just either like you have to do it like we've done it so many years of just like you're gonna have
Like
like
we know he's not going to be the main the main
Reed
bad
and
guy.
Doom like have this whole thing, but like you can't just like use him immediately like all these other movies have done where like hey he's gonna be the main villain. Like it's kind of smart doing Galactus first because it's like okay show off Reed's brilliance, but there could be ways also like hey this random guy in Latveria like he knows what to do. I don't know like and we don't know if that's actually like we don't know how they're doing Victor Von Doom how they're making it happen, but if for sure he's mentioned, like if they're for sure they're going to mention something with Doom, but they're not. I don't think they're going to. I don't. Yeah, he's not going to be a prominent thing in the film. At least I don't think so. If I'm wrong, great, awesome. But
What's the
we'll
movie? What's the first movie coming out next year? So it would be the movie after Fantastic Four.
uh,
Is
hmm,
that announced yet?
I don't think it's announced yet.
It was Doomsday, no? Avengers
Well,
Doomsday.
Doomsday, I think,
That's
is
May.
next year in May. I think.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything scheduled before that
So
they've
there's
announced.
no February movie or anything like that.
Let me see.
So let's see. So right now, officially, it is Doomsday, May 1st.
Okay.
But there are still some movies that don't have a release date, like Armor Wars and Black Panther 3.
Armor Wars is for sure
Blade.
not coming out
Yeah,
in
no.
February.
The ones that
Yeah.
are right now, other than the 3 this year, the ones that have an official date is Doomsday, May 1st, 2026, Spider-Man 4,
Spider-Man.
July 24th, 2026, and then Avengers Secret Wars, May 7th, 2027.
Right. So
And they can
most likely
easily
there will
squeeze
be a
in
movie
more.
next February again.
But
They just
You-
haven't announced it yet. And
it's just, it would have to have been filmed already or in the process of filming right now.
right. Maybe it's a secret movie that they haven't said anything about yet because it might spoil something for one of these other movies.
Maybe, but we'll see.
Maybe it'll be released during Comic-Con. That's what they'll announce, like whatever that next movie is.
Yeah, and if there's like anything involving, like if there's positive traction with all these movies, like starting with Brave New World, maybe they start playing with the timelines again. Who knows? But I don't know. I'm extremely excited
Yeah.
for Fantastic Four.
I
The
just have a
whole
feeling that he probably will be in the movie, probably like cameo or like split second, or because
yeah.
if either the next movie or two movies from after that movie it's Doomsday, then he has to be introduced at some point
At least some,
for that.
yeah.
So if it's not in this movie, then it will definitely be in whatever movie hasn't been announced yet before it. So we'll see. I mean, maybe they've been secretly making Doctor Strange 3 and it's just going to release next year.
Probably.
Right? Yeah. And I would think if
If
you're
they
doing
pull
that,
something
Doctor
crazy like
Strange
that.
connects into like Secret Wars somehow. Because if we're going off the comics, which I won't get into, that's a bit much. We're just talking about the excitement around first steps. What's it first steps into? Who knows? But I'm hyped. I think everything shows that there's positive stuff going on with this movie. So
July looks like
wait
a
and see.
fun month at the movies.
Oh yeah. So
And that's just the ones we know. There might be other movies that are releasing in July that we don't even know about yet.
or like late June, that because they're good, that they're just like trickle into it. Like, damn, I'm still gonna watch those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got some good stuff coming out in June as well. So for sure, this year is gonna be looks like a fun summer at the movies. I can say that 100 for sure. Definitely a fun time at the movies. All right. Any closing thoughts, gentlemen? With anything else? What we're expecting?
Just excited for these 3 movies. Can't wait to see our thoughts on it afterwards, and
Yeah,
hopefully
that'll be fun to do. Yeah.
Hopefully, we're not
We're not going to review
disappointed.
any of these movies.
Yeah.
In retrospect, we'll review it. Oh, they were all bad.
Yeah.
Oh no, they are like, hey, here's 2-hour episodes. They're all great. I can't stop talking about it. Please make us stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. So,
We believe, James Gunn. We believe.
I believe a man can fly. I'm,
It has to
get
be
wild
good,
by
man.
dinosaurs.
It's the start
Yeah, man.
of a new universe. It has to be good.
Yeah, it's got to get there. So
It's got a lot of pressure.
it is pressure, but it's gonna rise to the occasion. Get it because he flies. Anyway, cool. With that, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in for our, fun little shoot the crap on some big movie releases, specifically what we're excited about. Tune in next time. We'll talk about some fun stuff in the movies. We'll keep it for excitement because so far this year has some interesting ones that we're gonna hopefully talk about, watch, or tie into some things. We do have the Cobra Kai finale, so that might be something fun to talk about. Let's see how that ties into Karate Kid Legends. Who knows? That's another one coming out this year. It's gonna be wild. All right, everybody. So thanks you so much again for tuning in. Reach out follow us on all of our social media profiles. Please like and subscribe on your platform of choice that you're listening to us. We really, truly appreciate it. And connect with us. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you want to hear more of. And we'll continue to have some fun. Thanks so much. Keep that popcorn warm. And until next time.
Later.